Round 2. The night wasn't only about Cormier. Brock Lesnar in the house, laying hands on the champ. Chael, are you in or out on a Lesnar-Cormier title fight?
Are you kidding? You must think you're talking to someone else. Of course I'm in. Listen, this is the biggest show of the year. This is International Fight Week. There was a main event and a great card the night before. There was an undercard and great fights on it. The whole night was great. But the star closes the show. And the show was closed by Brock Lesnar. Now, when you watch this segment, you have to understand why this works. And so many people, they never take the time to invoke that level of psychology. Listen, the reason this worked, Daniel Cormier thought he was cutesy. He thought he could go out there and do business with his old buddy Brock. Brock came in to let him know how the pros do it. He came in to let him know, I'm going to keep a straight face. Right now, you got 4 cornermen and yourself. It is currently 5-on-1, and I'm still going to walk in here and knock you across the ring like a bowling ball and stand my ground. That was a wonderful moment. I got to say this to the haters, Ariel, and you know that they're out there. A lot of people pushing back saying, hey, Brock Lesnar doesn't deserve this. Great. Go ahead and make those arguments, but you're looking at this from the wrong end. This is about Daniel Cormier does deserve it. Daniel Cormier has never, to my knowledge, asked Dana White or the company for anything. This is the first time. And whether it's a cash grab, whether it's a media blitz, or whether he just simply thinks this is an easy fight and I can have some fun, the reason doesn't matter. Daniel wants the fight. It's the first thing he's ever asked for. Let him have it.
First of all, and I know this wasn't asked of us, but my favorite part of that whole scene was Cormier's boxing coach, Rosendo Sanchez, who's like 5'1", going in there and actually pushing Brock and having his guys back. That was just beautiful. So I just have to give Rosendo props for that. Second of all, I agree with you. Everyone getting all up in arms about this, everyone getting all hoity-toity, hot under the collar. Just relax, okay? Let's not forget, this is as much sport as it is spectacle. This whole thing started in 1993, taking guys from different disciplines and saying, here, fight it out, let's see who's the better man. Yes, if I'm Alexander Volkov or Curtis Blades, am I a little upset? Sure, but the UFC is selling 100,000 pay-per-views with those guys involved. As you were just saying, the power of the pen is very powerful in mixed martial arts. Brock Lesnar is still a big draw. He walks in that arena, he is a sight to be seen. He has that it factor. He is larger than life. We all know that about Brock. So I am okay with the fight. Can I tell you, though, what I'm not okay with? Chael, I'm not okay with the fact that a few years ago, the UFC went into business with the United States Anti-Doping Agency, and what they told us was, this is so that everything is transparent. This is so that everything is on the up and up. Well, what happened when Brock Lesnar was re-signed to fight at UFC 200? Things weren't on the up and up. And what happened after that? He failed his drug test. And what happened after that? He walked away from the sport. And what happened after that? He removed himself from the drug testing pool, and you're looking at the timeline right here. I know it off the top of my head because it is such a black eye on the sport. It is a stench on the sport. And guess what, Chael? Once the rumors of Brock Lesnar returning started to circulate, I reached out to USADA multiple times and I asked them, what's his status? And they wouldn't get back to us. And we didn't know what his status was on Saturday night when he was in the cage. Only on Monday did they tell us, oh yeah, he's back in the pool and he has 6 months. To me, this is not right. This is not why you got involved with USADA. Nick Diaz couldn't corner his brother because he was suspended. You know, we've had Josh Barnett who couldn't corner fighters because he was suspended. And Brock Lesnar is allowed to waltz in there as a suspended fighter and push another fighter and push commission members. This is bad. This is not a good look. So yes, the fight is fun. I can't wait for the build-up, but this is not a good look for the USADA organization and the UFC. I think they made a mistake in terms of how quickly they rushed this.
Yeah, hey, they might have, and you make a really good point. I'll remind you of this, Ariel, as far as talking about commission rules. If you are a suspended fighter, you are not even allowed to attend an event. And to refresh your memory, Chris Cyborg, when she was the Strikeforce champion, attended an event in California, and the California State Athletic Commission physically, with security, removed her from the building. It's a very sensitive rule. The loophole here is that Brock Lesnar is not technically suspended. I mean, he is now. He is now that he's re-entered the USADA pool, but he was able to stop that clock, which, yes, we're splitting hairs, but this is how this was able to happen. I agree with you. In the words of Ricky Ricardo, you got some splaining to do. But at the end of the day, Daniel Cormier does want it. If Brock's going to serve this out, if they can get through all the logistics and the paperwork of it and the bureaucracy, and there is a lot of red tape there, but if they can and they trust that they can, Errol, I want to see the match.
Look at Cormier's smile. He is so happy. He loves this. This is like fantasy camp for him. You know, I get it. It's fun. And by the way, you know what this is? This is our version of Mayweather-McGregor. It's the biggest fight that Cormier can have, and it's the easiest fight that he can have as well. This is a matchup tailor-made for him. What I don't like is the one black guy on the USADA-UFC relationship has been the Brock Lesnar UFC 200 situation. And now they're not learning. You have to learn from the past. Come on. You have to learn from the past. It was a black guy on the sport, and it continues to be a black guy on the sport.